I think this is also one of the things that I've observed as I've gotten older. I didn't really realize like how distinctly different men and women were in like culture generally because it doesn't happen up there in the same way. Yeah, she might toss on a little bit of Walmart makeup, but at the end of the day, she's wearing a t-shirt and jeans and going out hunting with the guys. Like there's not a huge divide. Yeah, you'll have a few folks that are like hyper feminine, but that's usually just for going out to the bar on Saturday night, maybe church on Sunday morning. That was mind-boggling to me to go from there to Utah, where like there's a huge culturally enforced gender divide, whether you're looking at white Mormons or like the Catholic Church with all the immigrant influence we have there. Uh, Mining town it's definitely different. I got my first knife when I was like 5. I got an archery set when I was in second grade. This was just like normal gifts to give your children. And yet, if I tell someone in the city, they're like, "Why are your parents buying you weapons? What's wrong with you? Did they give you a gun when you were 10?" And then I have to be like, "Well, actually," and it's just the reaction that like at 10, I knew how to use a firearm. I knew how to shoot a bow. I could hunt. I could fish, and the fact that I would be trusted to like catch my own fish, fillet it, the whole works as like a 9-year old is just mind-boggling to people who have never got a fish in their lives. So it's a very different culture. There's a lot of like status surrounding by like how good of at hunting you are, especially growing up in like elementary school. Your first buck would be like plastered up on the wall of the elementary school, and it's a culture where it's still heavily influenced from like Scandinavia because most of the immigrants came from Norway, Finland, Sweden, a little bit of Russian, a little bit of Italian, but very, very heavily like Scandinavia influence. It's its own little weird subculture. And I hate to say it, but it's like a place where not many people get out. Even if you were like a smart kid, good at school, most of them end up going back there, even if they spent all of high school wanting to get out. The few folks who really do seem to get out are folks who like very intentionally tried to get out, and even most of them just like moved west to North Dakota or like something that's not like it's a cultural difference, but it's like you went from mining to an oil field. Like how much of a difference are you really experiencing? I think in the legal industry, something that like folks who are assigned female at birth encounter, especially if they're not passing as male or identifying like as a man at the time when they're like seeking work, is a lot of bad advice from folks who came before them that was historically true.